so we look as though really interested. And all that. Hey, but hey, it's time for me to do a spotty cat, so we'll see you again, okay? That's grand. And okay, Sue, we're going to get into, I suppose I should turn all the Tammys the right way up. And here we go then. And off we go. And I thought I would start this time with a selection of comics. And these are Tammy, which aren't really on my radar. But I thought the very interesting thing about these ones is how these are 1970s, mid-70s, and but how from, for example, the school friends that we've had on, oh look, there's my shadow hand, how I suppose more girly these girls are, obsessed with their looks, whereas in the 50s, school friend, girl and the rest of that, all the ladies were heroes, and now they're a bit sort of, ooh, I'm in the shower. I think I'm getting appalling shadows on this. Anyway, that's a selection of Tammy, and I'm not going to flick through too much, but at least you'll get some idea. Jenny and her Uncle Meanie, and a school for snobs, etc, etc. Anyway, that's Tammy. I don't think they lasted for that long, but and also they're a bit after my time in some ways. The next thing I'm going to have is something a bit more serious, which is this jug, which is 1840, 1860. It's got the most beautiful copper pink luster on that. I'd like to think that it was South Walian because the shape is very Llanelli, but they did make it in Staffordshire as well. That was £2. And by the way, the Tammy comics were £2 as well. They'd make a great picture display on a wall, the Tammy comics. Anyway, I love that drug. You know, absolutely typical sort of a Welsh culture dresser jug. And the next thing I've got, let's bring the tone down, is Angry Birds. And that's one of these interesting things that, do you remember Angry Birds were everywhere for a while, and now all of a sudden, at least on my radar, they're nowhere. And so this will become iconic. And I think it was a game you played on your phone, something, was it? Yeah. Sue knows. And he is angry. And next thing, we're going to go back into the pink luster. This mug could be as early as 1830. Beautiful sort of pink luster wash where the bubbles are broken onto there. The most beautiful mug. You know, £2. It's as cheap as a modern mug. It's absolutely usable if you had to use it. But yeah, copper luster with pink luster in the middle. I think the pink luster might have been made out of, I want to say plutonium or palladium. What's the other precious metal they used for jewellery, especially in the 30s? I can't remember. It might have been palladium. Anyway, that's what they make the pink luster out of. And now we've got two bits of my fave, which is enamel ware. And this particular Poe, again, this could be late Victorian, but probably 1920s. The insides, nothing underneath, which makes me certain that this is actually British made, as opposed to a lot of them will have Yugoslavia, Poland, or China these days. Poland, yeah. And although we did have one local maker in Llanelli, which was Goat brand, and sometimes you'll find a little goat on the bottom, but even better than that is the teapot. Look, classic colours, classic 20s, 30s. You could see that on your grey granite enamelled gas stove, etc, etc. And again, incredibly useful, you know. And really, you could actually make tea in that if you wanted to. And it's got a little bit of knobbles on there. Again, absolutely anonymous, almost 100% guaranteed. made in the UK, as I say, 1920s, 1930s. Now, the next thing I've got here, which I'm not going to fold all the way out, but it is just such delightful colours. And then this is a crocheted throw. It's a really nice size. I think it'd actually go across a double bed, but the colours are so nice. And because often when you see crochets, they're a bit brash, always a bit yellow and a bit red and the rest of that. This also was £2. Oh, by the way, the Poe was £3. This was an indulgence. It was £7. What does the Plague Angel think? Oh, it's not talking to us. I don't know. The very, very, very last thing then that I've got here is absolute quality. It was £1.50, as you can see. This is the most incredible cut glass vase, hand applied handle. Do you know, age-wise, I think this is Edwardian. The way the cross cuts are on the bottom, it's got it doesn't have a ground off pontil. It's got what they call a lemon squeezer base on the bottom of it, cut like that to remove the pontil, and then they could polish it. So the whole thing is cut and polished. That was £1.50, and I guess for this year, that's goodbye from Spotty Cat had landed. We've been ever so lucky with the rain. We've had a few showers and so on. And I want to just give you a quick shot of the lime tree that we always camp next to, which is just mag. Look at that. Adios. Look at that. And that is a lime tree. I thought it was an elm tree, but it isn't. It's a lime tree. Anyway, what I'd like to say is ta-da from me and ta-da from me. That's our Sue, and of course we couldn't bring Spotty Cat, but it's ta-ta from Spotty Cat as well. And I hope you watched. I hope it was fun, and hope we see you for the next one. Ta-da, loads of love.